Do you want to advertise your CBD oil on Google but don't know how? Hi, my name is Michael from Viral Home-Based Pursuits. In this video, I'll be going over how to advertise CBD oil on Google. Before I get started, if this is the first time you're watching me, I do come out with videos on CBD oil, digital marketing, affiliate marketing, coaching and consulting, just about everything. I've been in the industry for a long time now. So don't forget to subscribe. And so let's go ahead and get started. So the question I get a lot of the time is, hey, how can I advertise on Google? Even how can I advertise on Facebook? Which, by the way, I have more videos on that. If you want to know more about it, I'll leave them down below in the description. There's different parts to it. It's tricky. And the straight answer is you really can't. This is not something I have to waste minutes spending my time on, but really, Google has a policy that they will likely shut down your account if they find that you're running any kind of CBD products, not just CBD oil, any kind of CBD products, hemp-based, marijuana-based, whatever that may be. If you fly underneath that radar, it's very likely that you will get caught. Give it a day or two, a week or two, but they will find that, and eventually you'll look into your Google Ads account and you'll wonder, well, this has been disapproved or it's been flagged off, and you're going to get warnings and you're going to have to go through all that this approval process, and you're going to try to set it up again, try to fly underneath the radar. I've tried doing that myself. And it just doesn't work out too well, right? And when you think about the word advertising, right, what do you think about? You think about running paid ads, right? Like Facebook paid ads. And so, I'm going to go ahead and give you some alternatives that you can go for. I mean, you have Facebook, have those videos you can check out, but then there's things you got to fly underneath the radar with there too. You can't really on either platform mention the words CBD oil or even have pictures on it, and your ad creative, the ad copy, your hooks, the stories, the offers. You cannot have any of that, especially on the landing page. And if you're just brand new to all this, like how to advertise, I'll get on the share screen here towards the end, so stick with me because I'll show you the process, the system that you're really going to need, so hang in there with me. So really, you cannot advertise with PPC, Google Ads. It's very difficult too, and if you fly underneath the radar, you're going to get caught. So what are your alternatives to that? So you have, like I said, Facebook, and then you also have solo ads. If you're not sure what solo ads are, they are basically where you can go and buy traffic from experts or people within the industry that you're in, and get those people from these people's lists that have been warmed up already, right? They have somewhat of an interest. So then you can get them onto your list. You buy from their list to get them onto yours. And they might be cold buyers. They might be warm leads. A lot of the times they could be more warm leads. So you already know they have an interest. You're buying them from a solo ad vendor, a solo ad expert. And there's a process to that. And that's other stuff that I talk about. I may leave a video to the solo ads part down below, and I'll leave you some resources, some places you can go to, like thinking off the top of my head, Udemy, yeah, that's a good one to go to. But there's other ones out there, but that's just one I'll say for now, and I'll leave it there. But basically, you're just getting, again, people from other people's email lists and bringing them onto yours, and then you're building that relationship up. So don't always expect that you're going to get a sale right away. This is not how it works, right? I've been in digital marketing for quite some time. It didn't start with CBD oil. It started with a health and wellness site in the lower back space, and then I built out later into CBD. So I understood everything that I had to do beforehand. But another way you can go ahead and advertise your CBD oil is through search engines, right? Through Google organic traffic. Now, maybe you've heard of this and maybe you've been trying to ignore it. Maybe you've been trying to get around to it. You just, something always comes up. What you can do is put up a website blog is what I recommend. And you can start putting content on that website, right, for certain keywords. So people every single day are typing into Google problems that they have, and they have pains, they have desires, they have needs, they have these kind of values, roadblocks, questions, and they are searching on Google every single day. Not only Google, you have Bing, Yahoo, and other search engines. There's more of them out there, Google being the primary one. So what you can do is write content for search engines and then rank them on the first page of Google. Now, how likely is that to happen? So there is a lot of competition going on in the CBD oil industry. I've been, again, doing this organically. I've done paid ads, especially on Facebook, tried with Google. There's also solo ads, like I mentioned, out there, and there's other ways I'm going to get to. But creating content is very valuable, right? You can build, you can help somebody with the information you have, educate them, and just, overall inform them on what it is you're trying to get across to them. And then at the bottom of it, maybe you might have a call to action. Here's that certain CBD oil that you were promoting or whatever that may be. And then you link it over to or you get them to buy that product if it's your product. So that's the amazing thing about this. Is whether you own your own product of CBD or you are an affiliate, a network marketer in e-commerce, Amazon, whatever that is, okay? This works for any solution. And when I'm talking about Google advertising, it works for anything. So really get into content creating blog posts for search engines. It's called search engine optimization. And I'm a pro at that. That's where I started. And then I got Google Ads certified. So I can do Google Ads really well for other things as well. And then just really learned everything in digital marketing, email, social, Facebook, ads, really got into it all myself, got my hands into it. They didn't really say I'm going to outsource this to somebody. But if you feel like you want to outsource this kind of stuff and so you can focus on a different traffic, then you can. And so Google search engine traffic is gold. I get people to come to my reviews. I've done reviews for certain CBD products that I'm affiliated with. That's how I've been able to earn too. You don't even have to own your own CBD product. But eventually, if I had to, you can go ahead and do that as well. But Google search traffic, you can do that. There's also network marketing stuff out there, solo ad providers. So you can go those routes. There are so many different ways that I've already experienced. Like you have your email. So what happens is if you create a blog content or maybe you have a YouTube channel, you can also use a YouTube channel. That's what I recommend too, is making reviews on CBD products or helping out in a specific niche. If you haven't spent time on that, like understand what niche audience you want to target. Is it somebody who has anxiety and depression? Do they have, more physical pain? So get into a niche of that and then figure out who can use this. Office workers, construction workers, are they entrepreneurs? Well, who are they? And target them. And you can create videos around this niche with how to, whys, when, where, cold traffic, and then compare and contrast keywords, which is warm traffic, like a certain product and then CBD review, right? Or whatever it is you're going. It doesn't always have to be CBD oil. It can be tinctures. I mean, it can be supplements. It can be anything. So you just create value around that with the YouTube channel. And you can also do that with a blog. I like YouTube and then blog, because then you can link from your YouTube channel to blog posts because people love reading too. So you got to always cover that. And so those are very helpful sources to get into. And that's a way to work around just trying to advertise on Google or even Facebook, is try to go for organic traffic and build up like your Facebook platform. If that's what you're focused on, get into groups, help people out in there. This is not where I'm going to show you that. This is not the time and place for that. I have other videos you can check out for that, but get into the groups, help out people, get in there. And one thing I recommend the most, and I'm going to get into the share screen here actually, and I'm going to show you what you can do. So this is kind of the tactic or the strategy and the system all in one. So when you're thinking about your left-hand side, you have different marketing channels or platforms. Okay, B, blog, YT, YouTube, SM, social media, E, email, before or after that can be. But what you're doing is think of it as a marketing channel where you're trying to get people to your product eventually, right? The end result here is maybe the order, right? The product, right? But you have such a big gap in between. And yes, you can, use ads here to drive traffic to a offer, right? You can get that all the way back over here, but that doesn't always work, right? You got to think about this. You got to play the long-term game, okay? You can't play the short-term, I'm going to make a sale today, tomorrow, okay? In the next week. If it takes weeks, if it takes months, and people end up eventually buying from you, at least now you're going to know what works, right? People didn't buy the first 7 times they saw your offer. It takes them a little bit more than that. Right? So you got to play the long-term game, and that's where all these things like email comes into place. So whether you're on Google ads for anything, whether you're in search engine, organic traffic, YouTube, um, the game is always played the same. So you have the marketing channels. There's so many of them, and what you're doing is you're like firing these arrows, right? Think about these arrows, right? Like Braveheart, or something like Lord of the Rings. You see the battle in front of you, you're still in the castle on the very top, and you're scouting, you're looking around, right? You're kind of even just in your own head, right? And then you have your crew around you who's doing the same thing, and then they fire, boom, 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 you're firing, you're firing. So that's kind of what you're doing with all these different channels. You're firing to different people who are in your target market. But before you actually get them to say, okay, I'm going to, not in this scenario, but you're going to get them to join you or buy from you, you want to get them into um, an email list, right? So you want to build that email list. What is that? If this is the first time you're hearing that, it's okay. So I'm going to go silent here for just a quick couple of seconds. If you get to know me more, I can talk. I'm more of an introvert, ambivert, extroverted qualities too. But a lot of the times when I'm not speaking, it's all in my head. So I get into my head a lot. So I'll show you everything in here. So don't worry if I don't say a word about what I'm doing. I'll just say it right after. So opt-in. So in this example, excluding the marketing channel, you're going to have about a 4-step process to get somebody to eventually buy from you, especially if you're paying for ads and you're doing solo ads. So basically what you want is you're sending people into this opt-in form where it's something that it's interesting to them, right? You're going to your blog and your content, that was like the pre-frame to get them to get into this opt-in form, right? From social media, from blog, from YouTube, you prepared them to get into this opt-in form. So this opt-in form is going to have like the headline, it's going to have a little story, and then it's going to have the offer. Always think hook, story, offer. How do you win? Like, what is the secret sauce? There is none. But the secret thing, the thing you have to know is hook, story, offer. Hook is the headline that's going to call out to your ideal dream customer or dream audience. Think dream audience before you want them to make a sell on them. Dream audience, and so that's the hook. You're going to have how to clear all your anxiety and depression with this one natural remedy that you've probably never heard of. You probably have, but I won't go into the tact. There's more layers into the hook, story, and the offer that I will not cover in this video, okay? But you have to know these things. Hook, story is like what you're going to give them. They want to know what they're going to be getting, right? So you might have some bulletin points on this with the features, the benefits, and then the meaning of it. And then the offer is, here, put your name and email, or put your email in here, and I'll give you this free PDF, checklist, mini course, guide, whatever that may be. And so once they grab this, they're like, yeah, now you know that they're interested in this sort of thing. And so immediately you might not even take them into your CBD product. Or it might be something of a headline that goes, the 15 plus natural remedies to help you clear your anxiety and depression fast without ever having to use them before. ever having to use natural remedies. Oh, okay. And so they go into your email autoresponder, and you know, you're going to have different position lead magnets, ones that talk more to your hot market, and then a cold market would be something like that, like the 15 plus natural remedies to help you. In a warmer market would be like this, the one natural remedy, the one CBD, the CBD guide to clearing anxiety and depression, something like that. And so what you're going to do is you're going to have different ways of communicating depending on what that lead magnet looked like, right? So if it was a colder market, they might not know about CBD, or they might not even have considered it. But what you're doing is you're building that rapport all the time within these emails. Day by day, you're going to be sending these follow-up emails, building the rapport, the relationship, getting them to trust you. And then eventually you might be like, well, you know, in these kind of emails, you're talking about who you are. They want to know more about you, your backstory. They want to get to know you. They want to be entertained. And then eventually they'll be like, you'll be like leaving out content here, like here are, you know, herbs, essential oils, and then at the end, but, or something like that. And then CBD oil, here's a product that you can use. So just depending on the lead magnet. And so step 2 here, you have the bridge page or a thank you page. We usually use a bridge page. So this is where you can immediately show somebody the offer you have. So the opt-in is the guide, and they're like, wait, I have a special offer for you. And then you go through a video sales letter or a letter or just a sale or written out. And then you push them into this. So it's all hook, story, offer on every single page. Hook, story, offer, story. And so what this part does is now if you're an affiliate of a product, network marketer, whatever that space is, you can push them into a sales page of that retailer, that person who's actually who owns the product. So you can make the commissions too. And so what happens then is the sales page will then sell it for you. And if from there they want to go to the order form, they go to the order form, and then they can make a purchase. The order form can sometimes be on this page, so it can limit it to 3 steps. But essentially what you're doing is you have a framework in mind, right? You have the strategy, you have the tactics, and then you have like the presentation, kind of like the strategy, the tactics, and then the closing to all of it. So one, it's like the presentation is going to be like the epiphany bridge, your story, which I'll leave the epiphany bridge script down below. You can watch a video on that and also have a blog post on it. You can get a free resource on it. So you can get started cranking that out because you'll need that. The story, and then you go into the strategy, or the framework, which is the strategy, the tactic, and then the close. It's all you need to know. And so it might seem a little overwhelming if you haven't done this yet, but trust me, it works well when you get to know it. And so opt in the bridge page, the sales page, to order form. So the marketing channel, boom, then you get into the systems here. And so that's what you can do, okay, to get that kind of traffic from different places. It doesn't have to be immediately a review, an advertisement, right? Just cold traffic out there looking, getting the groups. With Instagram too, you can also, you have influencers too, so you can get into the space of people who are in your particular niche and reach out to influencers, right? DM them or just comment on their pictures, reach out to them and have them promote your lead magnet, or have them promote something that you're going to give away for free, or something of a product for a cut in commission. They get paid a certain amount, or you work out a deal with them. But that's another way of doing it. There's much more ways to do it. There's so many different traffic angles, all not outside of Google advertising, Facebook advertising, solo ads. So much so there are 20 plus unlimited traffic secrets that will get you loads of traffic to your website and or funnel. Okay. I'll leave you a free book to that down below. Make sure you check that out. You're gonna want this, especially if you're in like CBD, because you're gonna want to have all the angles you can. So make sure you check out that free book. I'll give you bonuses for that too. But yeah, you have that. You could even pay people who already have the articles posted to advertise on their site or stuff like that. There's so many different traffic potentials, but check out that book. It's very useful. You can't find those really anywhere else. It'll blow your mind. So to conclude this video, the thing I want you to understand is that you can get underneath the radar of Google Ads, but eventually they will figure it out, and you will likely can the first time. It didn't happen to me, but over time it will happen, and you can get really flagged down and you violate their policy, and you're going to lose your account. You don't want to do that. Okay. You have Facebook ads as an alternative, but you still have to fly underneath the radar. I've done it in there. You can't really mention things. There's tactics to it. You have search engine traffic. Start a blog. I actually have a free blogging course down below you can check out too. And I have my very popular 30-day one blog post away challenge. There's nothing out there like this. You need to check that out. That's where you want to go. YouTube, you have email marketing. I showed you kind of like the system of getting somebody into a funnel. That was kind of the funnel, right? Getting into the opt-in, the bridge page, the sales page, order form. And then if you have your own product, I have those funnels set up for you where you can go ahead and send people from the traffic source like we went through, and then to an opt-in page, to the first bridge page. And then if they buy that, then you can take them up to an upsell, one-time offer, and then OTO to another offer, or then a downsell if they didn't buy one. I have funnels for that too. I'll link down below. I have funnels for affiliate networking, network marketing, e-com, own your own product. I use a system like Clickfunnels to get me those, and they are letting more hemp-based CBD. There are restrictions, like with anything, but it is hemp-based at the moment. So think about that. So I do have those systems, and I'll leave a course to it if you want to know more about how to use landing pages, sales funnels, which I strongly recommend, which is a bulk of what I showed you on this whiteboard here. So I'll leave a course to that you can get for free. All right, so I want to know, what have you come across? What are you struggling with? What more do you want to know? I didn't spend time here like showing you a design of a Google ad. I didn't want to go through all that. Here, there's more of it inside the course. What problems are you having that you would like me to know that I can help you out with? And so that's everything. So go ahead, check down below in the description for all the resources I mentioned today, and leave me a comment if you have any questions. And don't forget to subscribe, okay? Thanks.